Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we're returning to Unity of Command in this Stalingrad campaign playing as the Germans. So we are in turn 2 of 24, I don't think it's going to be 24 turns, where we are trying to advance on Stalingrad. So we've reinforced our position against the Soviets in the north over here because our supply lines do start from over here. We must be very careful not to overextend. We will have a couple of units in out of supply positions next turn, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. In the south here we've withdrawn a bit, but let's see what the Soviets are going to do on their turn, and then we can react to that and increase that. So there they are getting some reinforcements. They're bringing up tanks over there. That's interesting at the very least. Do wonder what's going to happen over here. We are being flanked down here, and they are trying to destroy us over here on the northern side, where we are trying to flank them and maybe get into their rear and cut off their supplies. That would be pretty good for us. We're also bringing more units to the front down here, which is somewhat sensible, and they're getting more and more reinforcements, so that is a bit of an issue, really. Yeah, just look at how strong all of these guys are going to be in the very near future. And even these guys do get reinforced. Some with staff car units, or NKVD, so the secret police. But they haven't attacked us anywhere, which is interesting. Okay, so we are also getting some reinforcements, including a relatively weak unit over here. But I think that's fine, we're going to send you over there. So let's start out from the north over here. Their supply does start from over here. So I'm very much tempted to try to cut that off. If we go to over here, we will be certainly attacked by all of these three guys. If we do go over here, we might be pulling some of these guys back, and that might not be the worst to happen to us. Actually, it's funny that these guys are still in supply, so how does that work? 8, 7, 6... I think this should be relatively difficult to come by. Yeah, so these are very weak Italian units. You can see basically any attack that they would do is pretty much doomed to fail. So moving over here, well, 8, 7, some of these units might be supplied from over there. But you know what, going here will be fine, so that we are cutting off their supply. We'll be out of supply as well, but that's not going to be the main issue. Right. This unit here cannot attack because of the supply situation. Supplies down here are somewhat okay, actually, so we'll need to keep that in mind. I'd really like to destroy this tank division here, and I think we will be able to do that, but we must be really careful not to overextend ourselves. So I'm going to increase the supply range of this depot over here. That means we are now in supply over here, but not on the other side of the river, which is a problem. As you can see, this is due to the marshes down here. But yeah, everything else should be fine now. Interesting, so we can certainly destroy this unit. And this unit. Yeah, well, I think our main strategy here will be to attack in the center. And try to be as aggressive there as possible. We might also try to get some engineering units to get off, to assist us in our crossings and all of that. Maybe you might want to get some engineers. I'm not too sure. Okay, let's add engineers to this motorized unit, and I think that should be okay. Right, so let's start in the center. Can I take this way or that way? I think this attack is perfectly fine. Don't want to overexpose this tank. It will probably need to withdraw anyway. Well, we could resupply it as well. Maybe that's the best question to start with. Where do we want to use our air supply? And it might be on this unit. Okay, so let's use that over here, because that enables all of these guys to work in concert. And we can now attack over here. It will give us 80% chance of getting a follow-up attack, and that might not be bad, especially as this attack would only cause 2 damage. We could use our air attacks to soften them up, but I'm not convinced that that is the best use at this very moment of our air attack. So you know what, let's actually attack. Overrun, that's very nice. That does give us the ability to attack again. We can certainly push up against this unit over here. Could attack with the motorized division as well. Do we have a better target for this tank, I wonder? Well, I don't necessarily think so. So yeah, you know what, let's push up. Ooh, this is a This is much worse than expected. Okay, so we are going to use one of our air attacks on this guy to suppress. That's nice. Overrun, that's also very good because that does again give us another attack, and we're going to use that on this guy and destroy him. Now we're going to be again out of supply over here, but you know what, I'm somewhat okay with this actually. So can we move over here? Apparently we cannot cross to there yet. Could certainly attack this way with our tanks. And again, we probably need to withdraw our tanks to make sure that they are not out of supply, so let's do this anyway. And then we can move up with some other gentlemen, including maybe this motorized division. Or this infantry. Yeah, let's bring up the infantry. That's fine. And then the tanks can withdraw to some place where there's supply. And that should be excellent. And then these motorized divisions. So how does the supply situation look like? We just don't get supply over here. Doesn't have to be terrible, but of course it's a little bit bad. Could attack these tanks. Let's come over here, let's attack. Destroyed, nice, good job. And then we can think about attacking these guys. Fine, but what do we do in the center, especially with all of these motorized divisions? So if we move forward, we can potentially attack and kill, maybe kill one of these guys. They will always be in supply over here because of this supply source. The supply source will give them some supply over here, but just getting towards the north might be pretty good. Could attack over here, we could advance with these tanks, but then they would be out of supply for 2 turns, so they wouldn't even have an attack left. Could reorganize this unit, and I think we should also be able to... Why can we not resupply you with that? Can we resupply you with this? Yes, we can. So it might just be best to recycle this unit. You can't get this? Why not? Mark 7 units? Yeah. Wrong reinforcement type. It's probably a wrong reinforcement type. Motorized division might be something else than normal divisions. Right down here we could attack. Doesn't really get us anywhere. Well, I say that, but let's attack over here. It's already not too bad. We probably would be out of supply over here. But probably only for a turn. Could we do a good attack? Well, only 1 damage. But it would certainly give them something to think about. But yeah, maybe not. Right, okay, so do we want to attack right away? Do we want to move up our motorized division? If we do want to move up, do we want to move up down here and concentrate our attacks on one of these guys? Just get him out of the picture? That might not be the worst idea. It would mean this guy does need reinforcements though next turn. What else would we be doing though with him? Tempting question, really tempting question. You guys are all pretty good, I think. You could attack, but you'd be pretty much suiciding yourself. Could you come down here? Yeah, you could. You could come over there, but what would that do for us? Our target is down here. But then again, we can't really operate on that level. What if we attacked over here? We'd be losing pretty badly. Okay, so that's not an option. We could also move you. No, we can't move you up there actually. It's such a pity that we can't build any bridges. It would be really good to get a bridge over here, get a supply source from there to help us out here. But yeah, it's just not possible. Because apparently we didn't bring any engineers. Right, okay, so you need to move up, I think. Could move you up here. That would leave you pretty exposed. You have some support. Might be best to attack these guys down here, which don't have their full organization up, so to say. Okay, so let's move up over here. Let's attack 4 kills in action, that's nice. You cannot attack anymore. You could come to some places, but then you'd be out of movement, and I really would like to not to be out of movement. Okay, let's reorganize this unit. Okay, let's give you this single point. I think you can stay right where you are, so you're not gonna be out of supply. And you are simply gonna move up. Still gonna keep within our supply lines. And that's alright. This is very slow going, but I just think it's crucial not to outrun our supply lines too much, otherwise all of our units will start to suffer some losses. Okay, so we have one more air attack. The supply situation here is such that you'd probably need to move out. And you know what? We'll recycle you, and that means we'll have some reinforcements going forward. Could attack any of these units. Not too much avail though. Potentially this might be the best target, so that they are forced to... Basically all the other attacks are river attacks, aren't they? Yeah. You need to come back. That's alright. There we go. Decent enough attack. You can get over here. And then our supply situation down here will be alright. Yeah, like such. And I doubt whether you'll be under attack too much. Right, okay, so that does leave this situation somewhat okay. You can move up, we established that. You could move up over here. Or you could come down here. I don't think it does make any sense to come down here, so let's actually cross over there. You'd be in supply, that's good to see. Then you can come over here, and that does allow us to firstly place you guys over here. And you've got some black shirts, that's nice. Does that give us any particular benefit? No, doesn't really seem like that. Okay, so we're just gonna move you over here. And you're gonna dig in there at some point in the near future. And we have another German unit that is reinforcing us. And we are going to try and bring that up towards the front. I really wonder whether we should be moving this guy up. Yeah, okay, let's move you up. You're gonna be this slightly stronger force. You're gonna be over here, and that's gonna be alright. Good. Right, so that does leave very few units actually that we can move up. So you do need to... You could stay where you are, you'd be resupplied over here, but does that make that much sense? Certainly these two fields would be out of supply. Yeah, well, I think we can leave you over here. Doesn't make that much of a difference, and that does leave us the flexibility of crossing over here and attacking there potentially next turn. So that should be okay. Right. You are okay where you are, although I'm not sure I do want to leave you over here. We might as well move up the motorized brigade. Again, this field though is in supply, so actually I would like my motorized division to be here. And we could come in here, attack. But then, yeah, just the supply situation next turn wouldn't be that great. So you know what, we're going to move you over here, and then you'll be ready to attack next turn. It's going to be okay. Yeah, you can't move. That's alright. Good. You could attack, but again, pretty much no point in attacking anywhere over here. You already attacked. Yeah, none of these attacks do lead anywhere. Okay, so that does leave one air attack. What do we want to strike? The odds here would be pretty bad, so I think striking something that doesn't lead to bad odds would be great. Potentially these guys are the best target that we can find, so yeah, let's go ahead, let's attack these. Suppression, that's not as good as we would have hoped. But let's see. They do move in our front, that's not too surprising. Would they attack us though? I don't know. Or are they just going to block us? They are going to attack us, interestingly enough, up here in the north. On one of our infantry units. I would not have expected that, to be honest. Now they're strongly concentrating over here. That was a weird attack. Okay, they are strongly concentrating over there, so that's interesting to see. Interesting to see that these guys are not suffering any supply problems, though. So we could move up here. That would certainly put them out of supply. At the very least for one turn. Or we could try to cut them off over there. I think this way is fine. You guys are going to dig in. Wait a minute, what was that? Disband. Okay. Oh, we can disband the specialist step. Interesting. I didn't know that was possible. Okay, fine. So other than that, up here in the north, I think you guys are fine where you are. We do have a couple of reinforcements ready to go. We could strike over here. That might be decent. We could cross over here. Certainly we are going to reinforce our supply situation. We now have some supplies over here. I don't quite get the logic why sometimes you get that. So it's apparently 3 steps to cross a river. Is that irrespective of whether you have a bridge? No, here we can easily cross the bridge, here we can't. Oh well, that's fine. And we now have a couple of units out of supply, of course. This position will actually be fine. This is just going to be a slogfest, isn't it? But you know what? We can certainly put these guys out of supply. I mean, that's not the most important step, but you know what? Let's cross over here. You're out of supply now, but that's fine. Ouch. I did not expect to take these losses. Okay, good that you could cross. Destroyed over there, that's nice to see. And that does allow us to come over here. And then what we can do is bring these guys up towards the front. I mean, these things are all out of supply now. But at the very least we can strike them somewhat. Do we want to come over here and start to attack these guys? We probably should. Overrun, nice. Another attack over here. Just one killed, but that's alright. And then these motorized divisions, these motorized division could also come up all the way over here. Or we could start to reduce this little pocket. Well, no one else can really come here, so you know what, let's get over here. And let's deal some damage against these guys. You're probably gonna move over here, aren't you? So actually you need to move these gentlemen slightly. And that's alright. Okay, so I'm happy about this situation. Right, but up here... So, well, firstly we could resupply you, and that would leave you with more tax, which I think is probably the best thing that we can do at this moment. Could also resupply you, but where would be the point in that? So, yeah, let's actually go ahead. You are going to be resupplied. That does leave you more powerful. We can attack over here, and that's probably going to destroy this unit, which is nice. Could also attack over here. Or anywhere over there. 2 of these tanks that could be advancing. And we've got these motorized divisions. Okay, so firstly let's attack this unit. And another time. Okay, that was less than expected. 4 kills in action, that's better than expected though, so that's cool. And then what we can do is bring you towards the rear a little bit. Okay, bring up this infantry unit, attack over there. Much worse than expected, of course. That's alright. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, so we destroyed This unit, that was one of the most important things for us. That's okay. We also brought you back to where you can be resupplied, so that's okay too. You're going to be out of supply next turn. That's bad, but we can't do that much about this. So we could move up our tanks over here and start to do some damage against these guys. Would be really tempting. 80% chance of overrunning them. Overrun and breached. Nice. Good stuff. 90% chance of overrunning them. 80% chance over here. Very little damage to be done against this guy. This guy over here, what have you got? A Katyusha rocket. We'd be unlikely to totally destroy these guys. But we could deal some damage. But you know what, we're going to start over here. Destroyed, overrun. Nice. Destroyed, overrun. Good. Overrun. Destroyed, overrun. We're very, very low on strength over here. Okay. That was a brilliant move by these tanks, which are now, I think, a little bit more experienced. So that's nice, but they are also very, very low on organization, so we'll need to keep an eye on that, certainly. Right, other than that though, yeah, so you're going to be out of supply. Do we need to keep in mind to keep up the supply line over here at least? Yeah, we can do that. You could move up. Well, the issue is, if I moved you down here, you'd be completely out of supply. Likewise with this gentleman, though. Although it would protect our flanks, and I'm mindful that these tanks shouldn't be counterattacked too hard. Yeah, let's get over here. Start dealing some damage against these guys. You'll be completely out of supply next turn. Not much that we can do about this. Yeah, but that does mean that you'll need to get to some point where you are in supply. Well, you are. Right over here you are actually in supply, so that might be that. Could move up this guy, maybe towards down here. Start to destroy these guys a little bit more, or we can move up over here and protect the flanks of our very vulnerable, overextended lines. I think that's the most important thing for us right now. Okay, let's move up over here. Okay, not the most important move ever, but yeah. And we are terribly out of supply. I'm wondering whether we overdid it already. Okay, so let's actually make you rather strong. We can then move you up. You could attack over here. So these guys are fine. Do we have more? German infantry. We've got 3 more. Ah, okay, so you could only take 2 because you are already very vulnerable. You can't move because you are out of supply. You should be in supply this time. Yeah, but 4 units that are out of supply plus all of these down here. We probably need to withdraw next turn. So that does lead me to believe that we should be a little bit more aggressive up here. Because it's our only way really to project any forces right now. To project any force is what I mean to say. These guys are strong though. If we go back here, we could deal some damage there, so that's nice. You'll be out of supply. Ugh. 3 suppressed. Ooh, ouch. Heavy losses there. Very unfortunate. Nice. That was a good one though. You know what? Can you actually move back so we can move these guys up and start another offensive there? You know what? That's probably exactly what we're gonna do. Ouch! Why does it always have to be worse than expected? Okay. Seems to be somewhat fine though. Let's add another unit here. You're all fine. Good. Okay. Let's see what the Soviets are going to do. Probably going to wreck us over here. More units. Just 2 strong, very strong units. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. They're going to wreck our supply lines because I didn't guard that bridge. God damn it. And they have 3 strong units over there. Okay, someone is going to move in there and finish this guy off. That's a decent defense. That was okay too. Will you lose your entrenchment? Yes! Interesting move. Yeah, and destroyed over there. Harsh. Very harsh for us. And they cut off our supply lines. God damn it. Double cut off in our supply lines. Very, 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 very bad. So you don't pay attention one time. Okay, you can't go all the way back. You can, so what we need to do is resupply you. Get you back all the way. Destroy and overrun, nice. Overrun, nice. Destroyed, good. And we'll be back in supply. As much as possible at the very least. But we'll probably need to withdraw. This has been too harsh. This has been a strong loss. We can take them on over here. This is captured, but it never renders supplies to us, which is always a little bit unfortunate. Right, okay, so you'll be back in supply. You do have some capabilities to fight, but not that much altogether. You're probably just gonna go wreck us here in the north. Okay, so I think we'll have to stay somewhat put over here. How much supply would we be getting up here? Not that much. So there's no point advancing up here. Okay, so let's have a look down here then. I think the situation is slightly better down here. But we can't stay in these hexes where we don't have any supplies. So we will need to move back a little bit here. That pretty much includes all of these fields. You know what, you can dig in. You can dig in. You might actually start to take some losses, don't you? Okay, you'll be back in supply now. You'll be toast. You'll actually be toast. Okay, these 3 hexes are the only thing on this side of the river where we are getting any supplies. On the other hand, if we do destroy this guy, will we be getting supplies up here? I do wonder. Let's move up here. Yeah. Okay, so that's much better actually. Good stuff. These are very experienced units up here. I don't actually want to move you. And you will probably be moving back a little bit actually. Maybe up towards over here. No, wait a minute. Can't we attack before? Yeah, we can. Should we do an airstrike here? One suppression? Could attack over here. Probably render you as a weak unit. Don't have anyone to get over there though. You're actually fine where you are. Well, you could advance, but you don't have to. Yeah, this guy. I think we'll just be losing him. You know what? This field might actually be okay for us as well. If we do take this. Destroy, don't overrun. Yeah, we do get supply over here. Brilliant. Nice. You know know what? The same might apply over there. Ah, no. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So that does somewhat work for me. Only need to withdraw you a little bit. You'll need to be withdrawn to what's over here. That does somewhat leave us in an okay position. Most units will be in supply. Unless they do some shenanigans over there. That was really unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate. It was brilliant. It was incompetent by me. So yeah, that should not have happened. Right. Can't really move anyone else over here though. So it's just how it is. We could buy more units. 270 for Gross Deutschland. Or another Panzer Division for 50 bucks. I'm tempted to take this. So when is actually our due time here? Turn 8. Well. Okay, let's finish up down here. And I think we actually need to put in a cut because this episode has been going on for a very long time now. Right, so how's the supply situation looking? I don't think we'll be getting supplies anywhere on this side of the river. Let's attack over here. This is the weakest unit. Let's try to overrun it. Nope, didn't get that. You should be able to move here, but it's probably not going to happen. Huh. And you, my friend, will need to come here. That's a little bit unfortunate because these guys... Oh, well, will they, though? You can move up here. And that should block these forces at the very least. And you'll be alright. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so this is a good place to put in a cut. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys next time around. Bye-bye.